Good afternoon, everyone. This is Harrison Young, and your awesome TV show Topic Time. And yes, I am on the road again. I'm in the lovely little town of, what's the name of this town here?
Terryville, Connecticut.
Terryville, Connecticut. It's kind of, I think it's sort of between Hartford and New Haven, a little closer to Hartford, but it is a sweet little bucolic town, and I seem to be getting a lot of those lately on Topic Time. And I'm at the home of a mother-daughter actress team. This is Jacqui Denski and her daughter Brianna. Say hi to the folks out there. We're going to talk to them. Hey, there you go. We're going to talk to them today. We're going to find out about what they do, you know, what they've been doing, what the projects are like. They seem like a very animated family. I just got here about 20 minutes ago, and then look how well the place is decorated with a lot of stuff. And they got a dog and a rabbit and some fish and a cat that's probably sleeping upstairs, and I hope we don't disturb him. So, Jacqui, let's start with you. How you doing today? Thanks for having me come down. It's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being in my home.
Great. So, I'm great. Thank you again. Well, you both are actresses, right? And
Yes.
you've worked together.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Now, Jacqui, obviously you're the mother. You're a little older. I want to hear about your acting career. How far back does it go? How you got started and what you've done? If just give me a little synopsis, a little ballpark.
Well, briefly, it started in about 5th grade.
Okay.
When-
For you, she's in 5th grade now, right?
Yes, for me, it started in 5th grade.
Right,
coincidentally.
okay, yeah.
And I was doing a project in which my family built a cardboard boat.
Okay.
And it was about, I guess, the Marco Polo and his trade.
Cool.
So that's what started it. And my teacher loved it so much that he had me perform it in front of different classes, 5th and 6th grade.
Okay.
Classes would come on in. And it was at that point I realized that I really like to entertain.
Cool.
Now, I was very shy back then.
I understand.
So-
But wait, did you actually play Marco Polo yourself?
It was
or did you have
more like I dressed up as like a tradesman, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it was,
Right, from the 12th
It
century.
was just like a book report.
Right, I know. I know we've all had those. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so
So that's where it started.
Right.
And then as I progressed in my school career, I joined the theater club.
Okay.
And
Well, how old were you when you did that? I mean, how many
Um,
years later was this?
I'm gonna say high school, probably
Okay.
like 9th, 10th grade.
Well, what did you do between 5th grade and high school in acting wise? Anything?
I'm gonna say junior high, probably not too much. I was in dance too.
Oh, there you go.
So I did dance. I did ballet, tap, jazz,
Okay.
and Hawaiian.
Any singing at all too?
Chorus. I was in the chorus.
Chorus, cool. Okay, that was that like in junior high, middle school?
All
high
the above. I did that in elementary school,
Okay.
junior high, and to high school.
All right, so that's fine. So you did that, and then in high school you became a member of the theater. Was that in your high school, or was that in the town?
It was
both.
at high school.
It was,
High
okay,
school, yeah.
cool.
And then I switched high schools actually. So I went to Edison High School in New Jersey.
Okay.
For a while.
Is that where you're from originally?
Originally.
Okay.
Yep. And then my parents divorced, so I had to live with my dad for a short period of time in Washington, New Jersey, senior year of high school.
Okay.
So that is where I graduated.
Cool. That's awesome. Okay. Well, what did you do after that? Did you go on to college? Did you do any more acting? I mean, obviously you've done acting since then. Did you go to college to major in acting or
I would love to say
communications?
yes. Gotta say no, I did not.
You did not.
I knew I always wanted to be a mother.
Okay.
I did at one time get an agent. I did have an
Cool.
agent who was very excited about me because
Where was the agent located?
in New Jersey.
Okay.
I did a beauty pageant.
Cool.
Believe it or not.
Well, no, I believe it. Were you a contestant?
Yes.
Good.
as a contestant.
Awesome.
And the beauty pageant you had to write and perform your own commercial.
Cool.
I loved it. I was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
excited about it. So when I did it, there was an agent there that just fell in love with it. She loved what I did.
Okay.
And she wanted to represent me. However, it cost $250 for a portfolio package, which I was living on my own at the time.
Yeah.
And did not have that kind of money,
Right.
which was a lot more than it is today.
Was this like right out of high school? You were in your
Kind of,
20s?
yeah. It was probably like a year after high school, correct?
Okay. Well, you're
Yep.
still a teenager then.
About 18.
Yeah, right. Okay.
17, 18.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that money. So I mean, I had a choice to make. It was kind of like a crossroads in my life. And I said, you know what? I really want to be a mother.
Right.
And I thought, I honestly don't feel, I mean, I know people can do it.
Yeah.
But you can't give 100% to acting and 100% to motherhood.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
mother that I wanted to do. So,
Right, I understand.
so I went ahead, and at that time I didn't even have a boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
But this is the choice I made. And then I ended up meeting my husband like a year or so later.
Cool.
And then the rest is pretty much history. I've had 3 children since then.
Right, yeah. Wow.
Then when my oldest is 23.
Cool.
My middle one is 20.
Wow.
I'm only 27.
Yeah.
But when they ended up going into college, my daughter went to college, and I'm like, you know what? My life was at a crossroads because I was in politics at the time.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean politics? You running for office or something?
I was town councilwoman of my town.
Oh, Edison, New Jersey?
No, right here.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay.
I was in Connecticut at that point. So right here in this tiny little town of Terryville,
Yeah.
I was councilwoman.
Cool.
And then I went ahead and ran for state office.
Wow.
Which I did lose, but I met so many wonderful people and it was a great opportunity.
Listen, it's amazing. If the fact that you won it all is incredible. Just, I mean, anybody winning an elected seat, especially, assuming you weren't even from the town originally. You came up here. You migrated, so it's not like you were a known personality in the town prior to when you moved up here. And you had only been here for how long? Would you been here when you?
I'd been here for at least 15.
No, by the time I'm asking when you won the election, how long had you?
About 15
Oh, really?
years.
So
Yeah,
you've been here.
time's
You
here
have
long,
been here for a slew of years now.
Yeah. I
Okay.
Over
Right.
20. Yep.
Right. Okay.
It's almost like home now.
Right. Yeah.
And then once I lost, I didn't know what I wanted to do because I also was into real estate. And
Well, did you have any of your children by the time you were in politics or not?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you had. Okay.
Yep. My kids were actually graduating high school at that point.
Right.
So I was
Not
at a
this one,
crossroads.
obviously, right.
Not this one. No,
Right.
she was a baby.
Right.
And I was at a crossroads because I lost the election, the next one, and then real estate market crashed.
Yeah.
So I said, what do I want to do when I grow up?
Wow.
I always, I always wanted to be an actress, but it was not something that was going to make me money at this time.
Right.
So I'm like, I need to go back to college.
Okay.
'Cause I thought about everything I wanted to do, and I thought, you know what I'm good at? I'm good at problem solving.
Okay.
When I get together with people, people seem to tell me things that
Right.
I don't even ask, the personal information.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go into psychology.
Cool.
So when I went back to college,
Yeah.
that's when I got back into theater.
Wow.
Because they had a theater club there, and I started performing again. And then my love was rekindled for the...
So you never became a shrink?
I'm still actually in college. I haven't graduated.
Oh, you are in college now. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Because the way you were talking a minute ago, I thought you never went to college. Now you're in college, and that's fantastic.
As an adult.
So you manage as an adult, and you manage you obviously budget your time with your children and your husband very well. You're acting too. That you're able to still go to college. Are you going to pursue the psychiatric profession too?
Looking forward to it, yes.
Okay. I mean, you like to solve problems. Well, listen, you've been talking so much. Let's give the mic to your daughter here, and let's have her hear what she has to say. So, Brianna, tell me about your acting career. What are you, 10, 11 years old?
I'm 10.
You're 10, okay. So what have you done? Now, you and your mom work together. Have you worked together in some projects? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of them.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you tell me what projects you two have worked together on, and then then if she wants to throw something in, you interject, she can. She may. So go ahead. Talk about, just remember as much far back as you can to most of the stuff you guys have done, and tell me, and just, talk about, sort of like break it down and just discuss it. Just mention everything you can mention about it that you can remember.
Well, a lot of the things that my mom and I are working together as are normally always mother-daughter actings. Always. I don't know what time when we're not. I think the last one we did was, a trick-or-treating scene.
Yep, we did one last week.
Yeah.
What was it?
Last week we were working on...
Hold it, yeah, give the mic.
We're working on Good Old Boy, which is being filmed.
Is that a play?
It's actually a movie.
Oh, it is?
It's being filmed right now, yes.
Okay. Well,
That's all I can say about it because I'm not allowed to say anything more.
well, all right. Well, if she's not supposed to say, if you have to keep that under wraps, that's fine.
We were a mother-daughter doing a trick-or-treat scene. I was a teacher. She was a student.
Okay. When you talk, you just hold them. Just make sure you hold them. All right. Well, all right. I tell you what, Jacqui, hold the mic for a second. You tell me about she may not remember all the projects as well as you do. So why don't you mention the projects you've done, the films, and that whatever else, and if she wants to add something, she can raise her hand like you're in school, and then you get into the mic. How's that?
Okay, let's see. We started last summer. We did a caveman scene where she was a cave girl and I was a cave woman.
Awesome. And what?
It was a web series.
Cool.
Which I don't even know if it made it to the web, but it was
it
fun.
shot down here in Connecticut?
It was here in Connecticut, yeah.
Okay.
And then we did another one, which is Dr. Albright Files.
Okay.
In which I played a witch, and she was a little girl.
Okay. A
Okay.
doll, you say?
That's again in a web series. What's that?
You say she was a doll or a child?
A child playing with dolls.
Okay. Well, I mean, what did she play? Like a doll that came to life or something?
No, she was a little girl playing with dolls.
All right.
I meant
Well, let's talk. I want to hear about Dr. Albright. That sounds kind of like a little science fictional fantasy kind of thing. Was it?
It is about a doctor who, it's kind of like sci-fi, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about it. I just know my scene
Okay.
was he's trying to find the mystery.
Okay.
Solve this mystery or something, and he kills a lot of people
Okay.
along the way. And he came upon a witch, which is what I was.
Okay.
And he was trying to get information from the witch, and
Cool.
the witch was like doing all her
Witchcraft.
mind games and stuff. And he got the information he needed. He shot the witch. It was
Wow.
like,
He killed you, and you got killed in the. Now, where did Brianna come in?
Brianna was in a different scene. She's in a totally different scene.
Okay.
Where she plays one of the leads as
Okay.
a child.
Okay, Brianna, you want to talk about what you did in that scene?
Basically, in the scene, he asked me about my day.
Okay.
I guess, was I an orphan in that?
Yeah, you're an orphan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was an orphan.
All right.
I was playing with dolls, and I drew a little picture that day that he thought was very pretty. He also said that day that maybe when I got older, he would teach me how to make the dolls actually live and come to life.
That's what the doctor said, right? Dr. Albright?
Yep.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Well, now this movie, this web series, is it out on YouTube?
My scene is.
Okay.
Hers is still being edited.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, I want to know what happens with you in the end. If you can't reveal that now, that's fine. But I'm still wondering. I mean, you can't reveal that.
It's just a quick scene. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty much the whole scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
One quick scene.
Okay. So it's not like you're going to show. It's not like she's going to be bringing the dolls to life or anything like that.
I think in future episodes, but
Yeah.
I think it's when her character is full grown.
Okay.
So it'll be played by someone
So
else.
basically, let me get this straight. Your character's already been killed off. Although witches are supposed to live forever, but who?
Well,
tell
I'm not going to give away the ending.
All right, that's fine.
You can look it up.
No, that's
it's
fine. Don't
Doc-
give up with the ending. What I'm going to say is, so she's going to continue with the series and do more stuff, right? In it.
Don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
But it's Dr. Albright.
Yeah.
118. If you want to look it up on YouTube.
All right, well, yeah. Now, who is it? It's done right here in Connecticut. Do you want to mention whose project it is? Like the creator of the film project, the web series.
It was.
If you don't remember
I'm
the.
sorry, no. No, I have to get that to you.
You forget the name? Okay.
It was Michael, but I can't remember his last name.
Okay, well, eventually though, if did he say he'll get in touch with you if he wants you guys to do more scenes?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
Definitely.
All right. Well, now, Jacqui, what other projects have you two done together, film-wise or theater, or both, that you can remember? Again, if she wants to.
Well, we have a big one coming up.
All right, you want to discuss that?
This is the one.
Oh, yes.
We have to discuss the big one.
Go ahead.
I forgot about
We are doing Nancy's Playground,
Okay.
and in that we are a definite mother-daughter team.
Cool.
It is a psychological thriller.
Cool.
And basically, I don't even know how much we can share, but there's a lot of death.
Cool. No, yeah, that's what.
It's about a dysfunctional family.
All
Very
right.
Dysfunctional family.
I can relate to that. I come from one myself, so I can totally concur.
You're here.
There you go. Right. So, I mean, this sounds pretty awesome. When are you going to be starting this?
This is going to be filmed within the next month.
Okay, right here, also in the area in Connecticut.
Yes. Yep. Suffield, I believe. We're gonna
Southfield.
film it.
Okay, well, Southfield or Southington.
Suffield.
Okay, Southfield.
Northern Connecticut.
Right, I understand. Even though it's Southfield, it's Northern Connecticut.
It's Suffield, not Southfield.
Oh, Suffield. Yeah, I know Suffield. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Well, okay. Now, Brianna, I want to know, have you besides acting in films, have you done any other things? Do you sing, dance, ballet, anything like that?
I once did ballet.
Yeah.
For the Nutmeg Ballet.
Okay.
I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
But
You did the Nutcracker for
4 years?
4 to 6 years. Yeah.
Really?
46.
So 4 to 6 years you did the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
For that many years in a row, around Christmas time.
Yeah,
Wow.
I believe always around Christmas time.
That's great. So, what did you play in the Nutcracker? That's you one of the little teacups or whatever.
I believe I was an angel,
Okay.
soldier, clown, and one of the little girls
Okay.
from the beginning.
That's awesome. So you got plenty of experience yourself. And this was at the local theater, or was it a film, or both? No, it can't be both. I'm assuming that was either film or theater. Which
The
was
Warner
it?
Theater in Torrington.
So that was live theater. It wasn't a film.
Correct.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's great. Well, so Brianna, what other projects are you involved in now besides with the one you're going to be involved in with your mom, with the psychological thriller? I mean, what are you doing in school these days? You're in the 5th grade now. Have you created anything that all the kids love so much that they want you to make a play out of it, like she did?
No, Not as far as I know
Well,
of.
tell them the plays you did in school. You did.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did Annie last year.
Annie,
which,
that's tomorrow. Yeah, okay, right. That's great. That's a classic.
I actually have the necklace.
Oh, cool.
That I was given.
It's the necklace right here. It's cool. Okay. And you play.
She was Annie.
She was Annie. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. What else? That's great. So, what else have you done besides that in school?
This year I did Wizard of Oz and I was on TM.
You were at the That's awesome. That's kind of stretching your age a little bit, but your glasses. Yeah, I can see that. That's all. Being at the That's boy. That must have been quite a scene when Dorothy came home and you were like that scene with the crystal ball. Dorothy. So you said all that.
Yep.
Wow.
That was me.
Yeah, so all the kids, so basically, man, that must have been something. All the kids in your class did Wizard of Oz, right? Or they were older and younger kids too?
There were, I think it was kindergarten to 5th.
Okay, so you were one of the oldest.
Yep.
So I guess that made sense. You played on at the because you were older than most of the other kids in the play.
Yeah, there were a couple older, but...
Right, but you were one of the oldest.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. That's interesting because I actually interviewed a girl. I was just going to say, there was a girl I interviewed that's now 26, and she's a phenomenal actress. And she started acting when she was 6, and she said when she was 6, she used to get into plays with a lot of older kids, and she never felt overwhelmed by it. And I'm only saying that because I went to see one of her plays about 3 weeks ago in Walpole, Mass, and it was incredible. Well, when you grow up, what do you plan to do with your acting? You gonna take it to the next level? You plan to stay doing films and
I hope someday to go to Hollywood and Broadway.
Cool. In that order, or doesn't it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. That sounds like a very noble, goal. And whether your mother goes with you or not, you're gonna go. You plan on going, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Now, do you do anything? Do you like now? You say you took ballet for a while. You don't do it anymore.
Nope.
You don't have time, or you just don't like it as much as you used to.
I don't like it as much as I used to.
You don't like it as much as you used to. Okay. All right. Well, do you do anything else? Do you do anything artistic? Do you sculpt? Do you draw? Because I'm thinking sometimes people that are kids of your age are artistic. They're not just they're acting, but they like to draw things too, and they're usually pretty talented. So I'm just wondering.
I painted a lot of paintings.
Okay.
And a couple of them are in my house here. Yesterday, I made 2 hats made out of bowls.
Okay. 2 hats made out of bowls. I hope they weren't filled with anything.
No.
Okay, because otherwise they would have spilled. Well, that's great. See, I figure now. Let me ask you this: like, would you ever consider if you're going to be in films or theater, which you obviously want to do both? Would you think you'd be able to design your own wardrobes too, and also for the other cast members?
Possibly.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I mean, you could be. I mean, you realize you'd be multitasking, and that would be wonderful. Someone, a kid trying to move on. It would be great. Look great on a resume. And do you have a resume at your age? No, you don't have it. You never had. Does she have a resume? Okay, cool. I'm glad I asked. Do you have an agent? Did you ever?
We are affiliated with a couple agencies, but we are not signed with any agent.
I understand. When you say affiliated, does that mean they know who you are? Have they called you for anything? Are they the ones?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. She gets called in if they have. It's mostly for extra work. It's not.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. I understand.
But she has been called in. She's humble, and very modest. But she's been called in. She's done. She's auditioned for CBS.
Okay.
She's auditioned for Disney.
Well, wait a minute. Let's talk about each one of those auditions. What was CBS?
It was for the Millers, wasn't it? That was for the Millers.
Okay.
And it was for a snotty little girl.
Very.
And
you don't seem snotty at all. So maybe if you didn't get the role, that's because you have to live it in order to get it.
There's a lot of acting involved in that.
Yeah, for you it would be a stretch. So, but that's okay. But go on. So she got to audition for it.
Yep, and then she auditioned for Disney.
Okay, I loved it. I'm a big fan of Disney myself. I'm guessing maybe Jessie. Would you audition for? Remember that show, Jessie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever watch? I mean, what did you? All right, you tell me what you auditioned for.
It was. What was the name of that show?
Austin and Ally.
Austin and Ally. That's right.
So you auditioned for? Did you get to meet any of the cast?
No.
It was a video, right?
Yeah, it was a video.
Okay.
Video audition.
So how does that work? When you audition for Disney, you do like an audition on video, and they send it back to Disney to review it and to call you if they want you.
Yes.
Is the jury still out on that, or is that pretty much? I mean, you don't know. Yeah, I know how that is. But stay with it. I mean, there's nothing. The fact that you got to audition was fantastic. That's really good. I wish I could.
Yep. She's also done Nickelodeon.
Okay. What did you do for Nickelodeon? What show?
Wasn't that
Victorious? It's one of my faves. I just wondered.
It might have been a newer show too. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think it was a new show.
Okay.
And then she just recently.
How about Sam and Cat?
What the kid show? Which one?
I think it was the one with the genies.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. It was a different one. But she also auditioned for Laura Ingalls because they're bringing back Little House on the Prairie.
No way. They're going to bring it back? The 21st century version?
Yep.
That would be incredible. Now, go ahead. Talk about how'd that go?
Well, it was also a video audition.
Right.
She says that I look like a perfect Laura Ingalls.
Yeah, I can see that. You probably
I can
do.
understand why.
Yeah, you can. There you go. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can, and then ultimately you're going to say, "I'm a woman," right? That's what Laura Ingalls said. Remember back in the day when you used to, right? You guys used to.
We've watched a couple.
Right. Yeah. Right. Wow, that's awesome. So you could. Wow, that's so cool. Well, and plus in the meantime, now, let me ask you this: with the kids in your class, they must think a lot. They must be pretty happy for you, right? Or what?
The majority of them actually act as well.
They're all good. The majority. You want to talk about the ones that didn't or not? It's up to you.
Well, tell them what kind of school you go to so they understand.
I go to a magnet school.
Okay.
Which is a school for the arts.
It is great. Okay, like Fame.
Kind of.
Right. Except it's not New York yet, but ultimately she'll probably go there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
Maybe.
Well, so that's you've been going since first grade or kindergarten.
Pre-K.
Wow. So we're talking 6 years now, right? Wow. That's right here in town. Waterbury. Okay, close enough. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, that's great. So you're obviously inspired. Now, what about? I'm just curious. You give them back to Jacqui because I want to ask. What about your other kids and your husband? Are they into acting at all?
Well, my husband, no. He was.
He seems like a pretty straight shooter.
He's fine. He's construction.
Yeah.
My son actually is.
Okay.
We did Deep in the Darkness together.
Okay.
Which is currently on the Chiller TV.
Okay.
It's running, I think, right now this week.
Cool.
But yeah, we got to dress as these beautiful.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you put the mask there. That's perfect. Yeah.
These beautiful creatures.
You and your son did
isolates.
that.
Yes.
Now, how old is your son? He's in high school. He looks like
he's 20.
He's 20. Okay.
He's in college.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Well, yeah, I got to tell you, even though your son's, you guys are probably all younger than me. You must be. So that means don't feel like you're real old or anything. I don't. Right, yeah.
27, I told you that.
Yeah, right, 27, exactly. You had it when you were 4. Yeah, you must have been something in the water. but anyway, so that's pretty good. Now let me ask you this: that when you guys when you're around the house, do you rehearse a lot? Do you for projects that you might get even if you're not sure? Or do you either of you write your own stuff at all?
When we audition, we will maybe practice for that.
Okay.
For the most part. Oh, well, you have something to say? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Say something. What do you got?
I actually
just make sure the mic is on. The on switch. Yep, it is. Good.
I actually tried writing my own little short.
Good. And how's that going? I mean, what have you written? What kind of stuff have you written?
It's actually a horror.
Okay.
I've been in a couple of those, so it's kind of easy to understand what they are.
That's okay.
I think it was about aliens.
Cool.
And a little family that had a little pet alien. At the time, aliens and people were friends.
Cool. A little like on the E.T. theme. But yeah, you couldn't have seen E.T. when it was current because you must have been, you're only 10 or 11. It came out in 1982. Right.
I watched it.
You did see. You probably see it. Yeah. So.
The original.
Wow. Okay. So this is basically this was almost like E.T. on the theme, maybe a little Alf thrown in. Yeah. Remember Alf?
Alf.
Yeah. But Alf was a great. Well, that's good. So it's really cool that you two can work together and you don't have a problem with. I know that some of the scenes might be violent, and I know that sometimes in acting you kind of gotta let yourself go with stuff like that because sometimes it's part of the program, unfortunately.
Well, that's our Nancy's Playground. It's very, very violent.
Okay.
It's both of us.
Yeah.
Some violent stuff to each other. So yeah.
Yeah. You guys do violent stuff to each other in the show.
In this movie, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm gonna just know in my head it's just fiction. It's just computer generated graphics. It's no real blood or, no one's really losing an eye or any of that stuff. It's just,
correct.
Okay. All right. Well, now, are either of you part of a theater group in the area now?
She is.
Okay. Not just, go ahead. What's that like?
One?
The Waterbury one.
7 Angels?
7 Angels.
Yes. That's outside the school, right?
Yes.
Oh, good. So talk about that. How long have you been a member of that?
7 Angels, I think I've been a part of for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've gone to the theater camp for summer.
Right.
it really helps.
I'm sure
for
it
a
does, yeah. What does it entail? I mean, what do you just? How many days a week do you go? Like 5 days a week? I mean, well, this summer's coming up. You going this summer too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a free one if you do a play throughout the year.
Oh, good.
It's a 1 week program.
Oh, that's only in a week. Well, that's interesting. Well, I guess
Well, you can continue it. Like last year, she went for 2 weeks.
Okay.
But you go 1 week at a time.
Wow. Any big Hollywood or Broadway big cheeses involved in this camp that we might have heard of? I'm just wondering. Sometimes they bring them
Not
up.
that I know of, no.
Okay.
Nah.
No, all right, that's fine, but that's no big deal. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are probably very qualified to teach you and help you. I mean, it's like acting coaches, right? Basically, yeah. Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, so what are you going to do during the summer besides that? School must be letting out for you pretty soon. It's already June 1st, so you'll probably be out of school within the next couple of weeks.
2 weeks and 2 days?
2 weeks
Yeah.
and 2 days.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
2 days.
I take it you're looking forward to that, right?
Very much.
Right, I understand. You'll have plenty of time to. I mean, you do like any summer stock? You know what that is? Like during the summer theater, acting and like outdoor theater. Sometimes, like they have a place in Massachusetts called the Social Music Circus, where a lot of big acts come, but they also have like acting troupes that perform there as well.
Well, actually, we spend our summer. We have season passes to our local theme park, Lake Compounce.
Okay.
We spend a lot of time there.
All right.
Then we've done a lot of auditions, and we'll continue to do auditions.
Right.
So we're going to be doing some movie filming
Okay.
during
Right.
the course of the summer.
Including that project you were talking about earlier, that big one.
That one, yep.
That's going to start off this summer, right? Okay.
And then we've also, with Synthetic Cinemas, the one that did Deep in the Darkness, we also did an audition for a couple weeks ago. So we're hoping to hear back from that.
Right.
And that's filming in July.
Cool.
Yep. And then we're going to be doing Blue Suede up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I know. I was actually in that too.
So that's filming in
But I thought that was a David Gear project. It's not?
No, Blue Suede is with J.R. Hepburn.
Okay, yeah, that's right, JR. Yeah, I was in it. I was actually killed off. So I'm an actor too, I told you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's Killing Khan we were in together.
Oh, that's right. You're right, Killing Khan.
Yeah, we were in Killing Khan.
I think you were there. I think you were there that day.
Yep, we were there with you.
You
Yep.
two were there. I remember that. It was last August 21st.
Yes.
Mansfield Airport.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I saw you. And I remember you look familiar. Yeah, I was. Yeah, and then they got kind of cloudy. It started out like it was, and then the next day it was wicked hot. And Billy V was up there smoking a cigar. I remember.
Always.
Yeah. Well, I know you worked with him, right, on a few projects.
Just the ones with JR.
Oh, really?
Just on Killing Khan, and then on Blue Suede coming up in August.
Okay. Yeah, I guess now that Blue Suede, that was also in Mass. I wasn't sure where it was. I mean, because I know they've been shooting it all over.
They haven't started yet.
They haven't.
No, that one starts in August.
Okay, I understand. All right, so you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. That's a long trip. That's probably as long a trip as it would have been to get to my TV station.
Well, we are centrally located.
Right.
We are 2 hours from Mass.
Right.
2 hours from Rhode Island, and 2 hours from New York
New York City.
So we are like everywhere we go would be 2 hours.
2 hours, right. It's an automatic 2-hour rule for you guys.
Correct.
Well, now, Jacqui, tell me something, though. Have you ever written anything? I know she said she has. Have you, too?
I've written like a monologue, but I never actually finished it because I went to school.
Right. What about? I have to ask now. I'm thinking. I mean, it's been festering in my mind. You were a politician. You were a town council person. Who wrote your speeches? Did you write your own speeches, or did you just wing it like we're doing now?
No, I have to write my own speeches.
Okay, so that's writing.
I'm not really good at winging.
Okay.
I respect anybody that can get up there and say a speech off the cuff.
Well, when I say winging, I mean even like when I do my show, I never use a teleprompter. I just I think I read people and I ask questions based on what they tell me, based on what I surmise might apply to them, and then that's how I do it. So basically, how long would it take you to write a political speech?
I'm going to say an hour to 2 hours.
Wow. Then how long does it take you to read one? I guess it take you that long to get up and talk.
No, usually about maybe 10 or 15 minutes max.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, okay, but I guess there's a lot of crossing out and whiteouts you use when you're doing it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's fantastic. So right now, are you planning on running for political office again in the town?
No, I'm done. I gave that up so I can go to college and be an actress.
Right. Okay. Well, how long? When was your last stint as the town council? I'm just a town council person.
I think it was like
how many years?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
It's been a
Okay.
while now, yeah.
No, that's quite. I mean, it seems to me that political aspiration I just got the sense that you did it because you wanted to see if people, respected you enough to want to hear what you had to say, which would probably lead to wanting to see you act as well. Just kind of It's just kind of a thought. Now, you're not gonna pursue the psychiatric thing at all?
Oh,
Or-
no.
You are gonna.
I graduate with my bachelor's in December.
Okay. Well, you're gonna matriculate to a different school after that. Don't you need at least a PhD to do that?
No, you need a master's.
Well, our master's. So you're gonna get your master's next year?
Well, the school I go to, University of St. Joseph, actually offers a program. So
Oh, it does?
I can stay right there. Yeah.
And that's right in Connecticut too?
Correct.
Okay.
West Hartford.
Wow. Well, have you ever, when you say you solve problems, like have you ever, helped people really through some tough times? Like, do you think, have they said, listen, Jacqui, thank you for talking to me. You should definitely do this for a living?
No, it's usually not in a formal way. It's more like
Well,
friends.
well, that's what I mean. I know that. I know that. In your case, it would be with friends.
More like, hey, I'm having this problem.
Right.
Or they just blurt it out. It's
Right.
like, boom, this is happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've talked about marriage problems with a lot of
Right.
people, relationship issues.
Okay.
Maybe drug and alcohol problems.
Exactly, right.
I mean, some really serious stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've helped them through it. And sometimes you don't get a thank you. And
Yeah,
that's
I know.
not necessary, you know?
You feel good that you did it.
It's more,
right.
yes. If you see somebody take the initiative to actually change and better themselves.
You've done what you had. You've done something pretty big, and you made a big contribution. Have you ever talked anyone out of taking their own life, do you think? I'm just wondering. I'm asking, it's a blunt question, but I'm kind of curious because obviously that can be, there are people that are pretty, in this world, especially young people that are really feeling pressured by getting picked on in school or whatever, and that can happen. I'm just wondering, do you think?
I unfortunately did not have the opportunity to do that. My daughter actually had a good friend of hers commit suicide a few years ago.
See, I'm sorry. Yeah, wow.
And no, I never actually had the opportunity to meet him in order
to talk to him. Yeah, it's a shame. Wow. Of course, I didn't know that, but that's why I only asked because I figured that. I mean, that's pretty much the extreme, and I know somebody that has that going on might ultimately encounter something like that. And when you ultimately get your degree, you might as well. You're going to probably be, if you become a therapist, you're encountering a lot of depressed people. They are out there. I'll be honest with you. I've been seeing therapists off and on myself since I was 4 years old. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I know there isn't. I mean,
you're seeking that help for
Right.
yourself, which is why you're doing so well. I mean, it helps your
exactly.
attitude and helps you feel better about yourself.
It's true.
If you don't go to seek counseling, then that's when you.
All right. She wants to add something. You want to say something?
You wanna add something?
Brianna? Okay.
No, I was just putting it in my mouth.
Okay.
But when you don't seek counseling, that's when you can be put
Right.
into a funk and possibly.
Well, my therapist has been very helpful to me. When I started seeing him back, it was 8 years I've been seeing him. The one I'm seeing now, I've seen other ones too, but I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was very paranoid, and I was expecting, I couldn't leave my house without somebody wanting to hurt me, and I'm serious. So I went through that, and I think he's calmed me down a lot, and he's enabled me to do a lot of stuff I'm doing now. I never had this show back then, and I think a lot of what I'm able to do is because of his counseling. It's a pain in the butt to get sometimes to go in at the Brookline, Mass to see him, but it's always worth the aggravation when you do.
Now, are you doing behavioral therapy? Whereas
yeah, it's more like just discussion. I don't think behavioral is like when you're doing Rorschach stuff. I don't do any of that. No.
Okay.
But it's just, he like, I'll go in tomorrow and I'll see him. I'm seeing him tomorrow and I'll say, well, I interviewed these nice people in Connecticut, and they go, Harrison, that's great. He's a nurturing type of therapist. I find that some of them are nurturing and some of them are not nurturing. Some of them will focus on the negative and some will focus on the positive. He tends to focus on the positive. I've had ones that are the opposite too. And I don't really like that.
No.
It's almost like it doesn't mean they're not good. The last one I saw was nationally known. He's actually been on some of the national talk shows, and he's discussed a lot of the big issues that involve people around the country. But just speaking for myself, I definitely prefer a nurturer. If you're doing something wrong, they might say you might want to rethink that as opposed to saying this is something you should be doing. It's talking. When you're a therapist, my opinion is if I were going to do it, I wouldn't talk down to someone like you're like a mother child or That's just me though. I mean, everybody has his or her own style.
But when you go and seek out counseling,
Yeah.
you have to interview your counselor.
That's right. I did. Yeah.
And you have to feel that relationship. And if you don't feel right,
Yeah. It's
then
true.
feel free to walk away.
That's
from
absolutely
someone else.
right. Yeah. I know it is amazing when you've been seeing a therapist that long. You wonder if you ever will walk away. It's it's comforting. It really is. It's something. It's like going to the supermarket. You're gonna do it. You got to do it eventually. You just keep doing it over and over again. And it's the way I feel about it. But that's good. I mean, now are you planning on ultimately are you maybe thinking of becoming a social worker, opening your own clinic in town?
I'd like to open my own practice.
Okay. And if you did, would you take in a partner, or would you just do it by yourself?
I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, I know.
I actually might branch off with somebody at first.
Okay, right.
And then who knows what will come from there.
Well, let me ask you this: in your curriculum, have you actually met people that you feel might be beneficial, both, like a two-way thing with you and that other person, or people that might?
Well, I actually did a field study this past semester.
Okay.
In a nonprofit counseling center.
Good.
It
Okay.
was a wonderful relationship.
Right. So you basically you threw your ideas against other people's, basically back and forth with them. Is that
What
how
I
it worked?
liked the most about it was that if people cannot afford counseling,
Yeah.
it was the interns that took on people for free.
Right. Okay. So did you actually get to counsel people that couldn't afford it?
I did not yet because I did not have I'm not in the
You
degree
have to
program
you have to be
yet. I'm
certified.
still an undergraduate, so
Right.
I could not counsel people at this time.
Could you do it before you got your bachelor's? Once you got your associates, or not? Or you have to get your bachelor's to do any
Well,
counseling?
you have to actually have go for your master's before.
I mean your master's. I'm sorry. See, I got a bachelor's and an associate's. I never got a master's. So in communications. So I'm wondering if they have a rule that says you can't do it unless you have you have to have your master's in order to counsel
well, in order
anybody.
to be licensed, you need
Right.
like, extensive hours, like 3,000 hours.
Yeah, right. I
and
understand.
such. So there's rules and such to be a licensed counselor. But once I go into the master's program, I will be able to intern.
Okay, how many hours have you got now?
I don't have any.
You don't have any hours.
Still an undergrad.
Okay, I understand.
So anything I do now doesn't qualify.
Are you going to be doing the masters at you said St. Joseph's, the same school?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. That'll be great. And that'll be starting in the fall, this coming fall?
I'm still going. Like I said, I'm graduating this fall.
Oh, you're graduating in the fall, so you'll be starting, well, when will you be starting the
January.
January of 2015, okay. And how long will it last for?
Oh my gosh, probably another 2 to 4 years.
Oh, really? Oh, well, okay. No, but it's worth it, though, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to be the next Dr. Ruth.
Right. Dr. Ruth, my goodness. Why couldn't they have a good-looking woman doing that? You should be that, exactly. You should be the next Dr. Ruth. Yeah, I can see that. That's wild. Okay, well, that must come in handy around the house too. I mean, the kids must come to you with a lot of stuff, and
Yes.
Now, Brianna, I want to ask you something. Is your mom good at like telling you, helping you with things, problems? Like say you didn't know, you think she'd be good at helping you with things that you have to deal with? We all have problems we have to deal with. Now, would she be good at helping you? You can be honest.
She's actually good at most, but sometimes I have to ask other people for others.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because at your age, you got friends and stuff that other people, and I mean, at her age too, there's still a lot of peer pressure. I mean, she's almost an adolescent now, and the kids at school. I mean, especially in a school like yours, where there's so much passion between and probably competition. Let me ask you this, Brianna. Would you say, I know the kids support you at school, but you think it's competitive though between them?
Very much.
Really? Yeah.
Some people, I think, get jealous.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I think I was going to get around to that because I figured sooner or later that could happen. Yeah, yeah. But by and large, you get along pretty well with the kids in your class. Right? Especially given now. What did you say the age range? It was a 6-year age range, right? Because you started when you were like 5, so you've been in like half your life now, pretty much. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know it's hard to believe. Well, I think of these things all the time, so I'm always thinking outside the box. Well, okay, so now is this going to go get you out through high school? This school that you're going through now?
No.
Okay.
It just goes to 5th grade.
It goes to 5th grade. So what are you going to do next year? You're going to go on to a public school then? That's just a normal school?
There is another school that I hope to go in, also in Waterbury.
Okay. I mean, is there also a school for the arts too?
Yes, very big school for the arts.
Wow. Well, does it go out? Well, how far along in age does that go? Would that go to high school?
Yeah, middle school to high school.
Middle school to high school. Okay. So you'll be starting middle school in the next year, or in the fall, right? 6th grade starts middle school.
Yep.
Yeah, they do break it up. Sometimes it's 7th grade, sometimes it's 6, and it goes 6 to 12. So that's wonderful. So now, but you still have to be accepted, right?
Yeah, I'm still on the waiting list.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, yeah, I'm sure it's quite a waiting list, and that's wonderful. I mean, you just got to do your best and hope for the best. And even if you don't get accepted there, you'll find some place that's really that'll be great, and you'll do whatever you got to do to get there, and you'll do just fine. So
She's number 2, though. We're pretty sure she'll get in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, in order to be accepted, you have to. I assume that there's a placement test you have to take. Besides Aside from the artistic stuff, you have to know your ABCs and your arithmetic and all that stuff.
I wish. No, the way they do it, it's a lottery program.
No kidding. That doesn't sound quite fair.
No, because there's two magnet schools. There's
Okay.
one for business,
Yeah.
and there's one for the arts.
Okay.
But the business elementary school does not have a middle school to go to, so it's
Really?
the two magnet schools go put in the lottery, and each town gets put in the lottery. So anybody that wants to apply
Yeah.
can apply. Their name gets put in the lottery, and their name is picked from like a hat.
Well, did you say business school at her age? You serious? I mean, like talking about business law and Latin and all that stuff?
We're talking about they get laptops and they learn Japanese.
Oh, yeah. I guess you really do have to.
Yeah, that's the other school.
Yeah.
The one she goes to strictly for the arts.
Wow.
Yep.
That's okay. I understand. That is interesting. Yeah, that's amazing.
There's Thunder there.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's so. Would you now? Speaking of Japanese, are you, either of you bilingual? Or would you ever would you want to learn a foreign language?
Oh, you know sign language.
I took Spanish in high school.
Yeah, I
and
did too. I flunked it 3 times.
That's awesome.
I know, isn't it?
I don't know a lot. So I'm not
Si, senor. Open la porta or something like that, right?
Me llamo es Jacqui.
Right, exactly.
But I learned sign language this past semester.
Oh, cool. That's good. So helping the deaf people and stuff, yeah. Oh, yeah, and also you can work as a mime too, if you want. Yeah.
I guess so. Yes, but no, we're unfortunately we speak only one language.
I know, me too. Hey, here's your friend. Let's see if he every family I've interviewed has a cat. Yeah, I hope you. I mean, we must have woken him up, but that's he's probably just hungry. He wants to come down and get something to eat. It's
He might start crying. Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, well, if you hop up here, that'll be fun. All right, let me just check something here. Okay, yeah, well, we've done about 2/3 of the show so far. That's pretty good. So, when your job is what? Do you have a regular job, or you're just a stay-at-home mom, basically?
You say that like it's degrading. No.
No, it isn't. Not at all. I didn't mean it to sound like that. It's not degrading at all.
Well, in college, I'm a full-time student. I
Okay.
actually go to school with the 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
Okay, I know.
So I'm full-time that way.
Yeah.
And then, yes, I'm a full-time mom.
Okay.
And then I act.
And you act, yeah.
That's my job.
No, that's right. I understand. That's fantastic. No, that's great. And well, because you said at the beginning that you really didn't know how to make that work. Like you weren't at the beginning. You wanted to have a child, but you wanted to act, and you didn't think about how far you've come. You didn't think you could do both, but now you're doing that plus going to school.
Well, God graced me with children. I actually have 2 of them that are very much into the arts as well.
Right.
So when she was at 3, I gotta tell you the story.
Okay.
At 3 years old,
Yep.
we were at Disney.
Okay. In Florida or in California?
Florida.
Florida, yeah.
At Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
And have you been?
I haven't not. I've
Okay.
not been to Florida. I'd like to very much.
They have a show. It's called Beauty and the Beast, and
I know the show.
It's a staged version
Okay.
of Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
And she was 3 years old.
Right.
At the end of the show,
Yeah.
most kids were just loving it. It was great.
Yep.
I go, well, how did you like the show? She looks at me and says, I wish I was in that show.
Wow.
It was.
That must have knocked you. You could have knocked you over with a feather with that one, huh?
I was like, wow. So this is all her choice. She
course.
loves to perform.
Yeah.
She loves to entertain.
Who would you have wanted to have been Beauty? I suppose. Not the Beast.
Chip.
Yeah, I like Chip.
When I think about Beauty and the Beast, I gotta say, it's a kid's tale. But when you think about it, it's kind of like an adult's theme because it's about a very unattractive physical specimen that doesn't get rejected in a romance, and that's something that's pretty. That's an adult theme, really.
True.
And speaking of someone who's been rejected many times, I can. Well, it's no big deal, but I'm just saying. But it just dawned on me that it is a kid's play. But it's definitely an adult theme. The fact, rejection is such a big deal, a big part of life. When regardless of, even as a kid you get rejected. But when it comes to like romance, sometimes it can really be, heart stopping. It makes you really sad when you think you like someone and then they might like you back but then to be someone that's just not attractive and all of a sudden you find this beautiful girl that says, oh, hey, I love you because you're beautiful, not inside or whatever. That's pretty nice,
And you can't forget, she rejects Gaston, who is the good-looking guy.
I didn't know about that. I just remember the Celine. That was my one song by Celine Dion that I liked that she sang back in 1992 when the movie came out.
Which one?
Beauty and the Beast. She sang it with
Yep.
People Bryson, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You remember that from 1992. Wow. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. So, okay. Okay, so aside from Brianna, when you're doing, what are you going to do during the summer besides acting? Anything else? You're hanging with friends, just taking it easy, kicking back.
Most of the time, I hope to be spending with my family, and mainly you.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, so it's just basically hanging out. I mean, do you guys like this? You get a lot of nice parks around here. You guys ever go out for hikes and stuff? I'm just wondering if you like the outdoors. And
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, because when we texted earlier, I said I don't have you said I'm not going to be home for a while, and I said that's fine. I'll get some fresh air, and I certainly found plenty of nice walking trails out there. Yeah, and now as far as like staying in shape though, do you two go work out, go to a gym? You both look very fit. I'm just wondering.
Well, she does not, because I belong to Planet Fitness, which doesn't allow children, unfortunately.
They don't. How old do you have to be?
13.
Okay, so she's only got.
Yeah, she got 3 more years. Yeah, 13
Right.
to work out there.
2.
But she's normally in school when I
Right.
go and work out.
Yeah.
But she has gym in school.
Oh, you do? Okay. Brianna, how do you like gym in school?
It's very fun.
You have fun doing that? I mean, you do a lot of, like, you do like a lot of rope. You don't do rope climbing or any of that stuff, do you?
We don't do rope climbing, but we do many different types of games that like involve a lot of different sorts of equipment.
Yeah, I understand. So, do you have a special gym teacher at the school, like that's part of that works at the school, or is there someone that comes in once a week to teach you kids when you're doing gym?
There's actually Miss Molaski,
Okay.
which doesn't she live around here?
She does. She actually lives in our town.
Yeah.
She lives in your town, but I mean, is she a paid member of the school, or is she? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. So, how many kids in your gym class?
The same amount that's in our class.
How many?
24.
24 kids. Well, that's not bad. So you really like getting out. Yeah. See, because you got to remember when you're into acting, especially when you're doing a lot of violent scenes, you really have to be fit in order to carry them off, no matter how young or old. I think it's terrible the Planet Fitness doesn't. I mean, I could see if she were like 3 or 4, but being her age now, she should be allowed in there just to do. But or at least with you, if nothing else.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, they do that for safety reasons.
Oh, I know that. I know.
Because the equipment can be dangerous.
It can be. I know. It can be dangerous. I'm a Planet Fitness member too. I go twice a week, and that's true. I've never seen any young kids there. I mean, I'm not saying little. Well, okay, but well, do you do anything like athletic around here? Do you like jump rope? Do you do any jogging, anything like that?
Sometimes on the weekends when I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'll sometimes go outside and run around with the dog.
There you go. Well, the dog. There you go. Tell me that's not going to keep you in shape. How about the idea of maybe getting like a trampoline? That's always fun. You got a trampoline?
We had one, and then our insurance was canceled because
Obamacare?
No, had nothing to do with that one. It was just like our house insurance they canceled us because we had a trampoline in the backyard.
Is that right?
Yeah. So,
Why would that matter? I mean, why would it be their business that you have a trampoline?
it's safety. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but how did they find out? You told them?
No, they came around and take pictures.
That's unbelievable. Oh,
You'd be surprised what they do when you're not home.
I know. They did it when you weren't home. That sounds like it. Is that legal?
That's legal.
And they, without telling you, they just went.
Well, they ended up telling me when they sent it.
Yeah, I mean beforehand. They didn't tell you ahead of time.
No.
Oh man, well, you could have hid the thing. Well, you didn't know, but you didn't know that was going to happen. So you actually had to give up the trampoline because of that.
Well, it actually had a kink in it.
Yeah.
And we didn't find it safe, so we took it down.
Well, yeah. Well, could you get a new one without a kink or get it repaired?
Well, we probably could. We got it, but we have to talk it over with our insurance.
Yeah. Well, I
probably
understand.
pay a higher.
Oh yeah.
Amount.
Right. So, you have insurance. Did they give you your policy back once you got rid of it?
We got a different one.
You got a different one.
Got a new
Did you ask him if you could at least? What's considered hazardous in the house? There's all kinds of hazards. You could, you got water bottles right there. Somebody could trip on the water bottles. If the dog, God forbid, the dog has an accident, you could trip on the dog's product on the floor. But you think about all these things, and the insurance company comes up with a lame thing like a trampoline to cancel your policy. That's ridiculous.
No.
I know I'm preaching to the choir, obviously, but that's I've never heard of something like that.
But we also have a swimming pool.
Well, what about that? Well, tell me that isn't a safety hazard.
Well, it can be, but that's all other way we keep in shape.
Right, but they didn't cancel you because of the swimming pool?
No.
But, good. That's good. But okay. Well, that's good. Well, do you swim at all during the summer, Brianna, in the swimming pool?
A lot.
A lot. Good. And do you wear a life jacket? She's supposed to, right?
It's not deep enough.
Not deep enough. Good. Okay, that's good.
Swimmer now.
And you're careful. But you can be out there by yourself, and it's not a problem. You don't have to worry about her being out there by herself.
She's usually not out there by herself.
Oh, okay.
Somebody out there. There's
Yeah, I understand. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you must be a pretty good swimmer. Do you guys do any boating at all? I saw a beautiful river one on the way. It's maybe in Bristol, I think it was.
I think we're thinking of going canoeing.
Canoeing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because now have you ever considered possibly doing like a reality series? That'd be kind of cool. I noticed even just coming in here today that the jargon between you guys was pretty up front and center. And I liked it. I mean, that might be kind of cool for a reality series. If they have to bleep out a few things, so be it. But so what? I mean, based on what you're telling me, it wouldn't be a problem, and it might be a moneymaker. I'm just wondering, have you ever thought of trying that?
It's so funny. We actually discussed that the other day.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't think a lot of our stuff would be. I don't know. I don't think I'd want somebody following me all through my life.
Then you don't do it. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's all. It's as simple as that.
Because you know what? I need my privacy.
Exactly.
Too.
I know you do. I know. You're not the Kardashians. I get it. Right.
We do act stupid. We do. And we have a good time with each other.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Because, again, that's another reason why I went into the whole counseling thing. Is
right. Exactly.
Family is very, very important to me.
Right.
And I like the bonding that we have.
I agree. I think it's wonderful. And apparently, and so does, your husband. And I guess, everybody else in the family too. Now this block is pretty cool. Everybody, are you friends with a lot of your neighbors? I see your husband said he was going to a party right on the street. And you
yes.
said, oh, that's pretty good to be. So you have I'm just wondering, the neighborhoods they watch out for each other. Do you have like crime watches and stuff around here?
We don't really have a crime watch.
You don't. But you have a lot of get-togethers, block parties and stuff.
Yeah, we don't need a crime watch, but I know that my neighbor does look out for what's going on.
Right.
Those nosy neighbors, everybody does. But half the street, we live in a horseshoe street.
I see that, a cul-de-sac.
So the half.
That's what they call it in Connecticut, I guess.
Yes.
In my area, it's cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac,
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But half of it, our half, we're all very, very close.
Cool.
Well, whenever somebody has a party,
yep.
Everyone's there.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is so cool. I know. I saw it. I just figured I got that. I kind of gleaned that, but your husband said he's going right around the corner, so that's pretty good. So today's a graduation party for someone. Is that your son's girlfriend's graduation? Is that what that is?
Well, my son's girlfriend's graduating next month. They went to prom yesterday.
Oh, okay, right. He's mentioned that.
But my neighbor's son just got his associates. He graduated.
From where? Oh, yeah, that's great. So what's he going to be doing?
I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know yet?
I haven't had a chance to go over there and discuss it.
You're going to find out afterwards. Well, that's
but
good.
I'm
That'll
very
be
proud
something
of
to
him.
do tonight. Yeah, that's great. Wow, that's incredible. So let me ask you, Brianna, when you finally get out of high school, I know you're planning to go to Hollywood and you're going to go to Broadway. You planning to go to college too at all? Trying to get something that you might fall back on if necessary. Any profession like your mother's into psychiatry. Are you possibly going to do that too, or something like that?
I'm thinking of actually doing marine biology.
Okay, that's awesome. That's an awesome thing to get into.
I like sharks.
Cool.
It's the main reason.
Yeah, they're pretty. Tropical fish. There's nothing more aesthetic. My doctor has a beautiful tropical aquarium. I mean, I go there. She's in Boston at Tufts, and I look at those fish, and I got to tell you, they are the happiest looking creatures on earth. I say, I'd love to be able to fish in that aquarium. Have you ever taken Brianna to the New England Aquarium in Boston? Have you ever been in there?
No.
Oh, you should definitely. It's a trip, but if you're 2 hours from Massachusetts, it might be fun to do this summer. You'd be amazed at some of the facts and figures about the aquarium, about the aqua life underwater that you would learn. So you've never been there yourself either?
Yeah, I have been there on field trips with my other two.
Okay.
I have.
Well, you should definitely.
But we also have one here in Connecticut.
Oh, you do have one. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Then I guess you've been to that one then.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's on our to-do list for this summer.
Oh, good. Okay, that'll be a fun afternoon for sure. I know. I mean, yeah, the aqua life. Now I don't know about you guys, and I'm assuming you're not. I'm a vegan. I'm a vegetarian, and I don't eat meat. I've been a vegetarian 32 years and a vegan for 3. So I don't know if that. I don't know. I mean, if you guys aren't, I understand because most people aren't. And I'd love to be able to convert the world if I could. But that's why I say if you go to you look at the fish and they're more fun to watch than to catch. That's my saying. And it's pretty. Just let them do their thing and. And of course you have your own aquarium here.
Yep. That's how Eugene Clark got her start. Yeah.
What'd she say? What'd you say?
That's how Eugene Clark got her start.
Yeah. Who got his start?
Eugene Clark.
Oh, Eugene Clark. What is he? Is he like is he a marine biologist?
She is.
You say Eugene? What's the name? Gene or you?
I actually think it's pronounced Eugenie.
Oh, Jeannie. Okay, so it's a woman.
Extra IE.
Okay, right. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, okay, so there you go. So you can study your own fish here, and then ultimately you'll become a marine biologist, and maybe get a bigger aquarium and get a huge, a whole huge slew of tropical fish. Guy I went to high school with did that too. We called him Fish Man because and I think he still raises them now. So that's a noble profession. And what about the possibility? Like, I mean, if you do that, you would treat them too. You would take care of them, keep them well fed, and keep them, make sure that they were all healthy and everything. That's a noble cause. That's wonderful. Yeah. So it looks like your future's definitely looking good. You're looking bright, and of course, if you did it on the road, you could certainly have someone. You probably know someone that could look after them while you were in Broadway or in Hollywood. Unless you moved there, or if you could take them with you. I'm sure there's ways of transporting fish across state lines where they, in water, so they don't have to worry about drowning in air. Yeah. Oh, there must be. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking outside the box. Well, okay. We got about 2 minutes to go. Before we wrap it up, a lot of people are going to see the show. Anyone, you want to give any shouts out to anybody? Like, they're going to see it. People that once you get the link up to you, you'll be able to show it to the world, basically.
That's awesome. Well, I wanted to point out.
Okay.
Because I promised him. Brian Spears.
Okay.
Okay.
Brian Spears, that's Brittany's brother.
No, it's not.
Well, she has a brother named Brian. I don't know if you guys knew that.
He was a special effects artist.
Oh, okay.
That did our Deep in the Darkness.
Okay, great.
And he did such a phenomenal job on us.
Right.
And I had a fan actually ask me on my page how long we were in makeup.
Right.
And I just wanted to say that we were in there like an hour increments. Probably was like 3 hours altogether.
Okay.
But we had like prosthetics put on our faces.
Wow. I think I saw that on Facebook. Right.
It was probably like an hour.
Right.
And then we had the whole body paint put on.
Ooh.
That's another. Yeah. It was pretty intense. And then we had to have it taken off.
Okay.
That's the part nobody ever asks you. It takes another hour or 2 hours to get it off.
Is that a painful process at all?
It was glued. So,
Yeah.
It was.
Ooh.
And then you have.
Yeah.
And then you have glue and paint in places.
Yeah.
For weeks.
Oh yeah, I know. Well.
But
you want to give a shout out to Brian because he did.
I do.
Yeah, cool. Okay, Brian.
Awesome.
Then there you go.
And of course, J.R. Hepburn, because I know he'll be watching this.
Oh yeah, JR. I know JR well.
Yeah.
I think JR lives in my home city too. Oh, Brianna, do you want to say hi to anybody that's going to see this? No.
Not that I can think of.
All our Massachusetts peeps.
All Massachusetts. So I'm one of them.
We have so many friends up there, so absolutely.
Yeah, and I probably know a lot of them. You may not even know Chauncey Spillane,
Absolutely, I know Shanti. Yeah, hey Shanti.
Hey Shanti, she's good for sure. I interviewed her.
She's gorgeous, absolutely.
I think she's going to interview me eventually too. She's been sick for a while, but she's going to. I think we talked about it, and I think she's got her own interview program. I think people are copying my plot by doing that too, and she's one of them. Well, we're going to wrap it up now, and we made an hour go by. I think it's incredible. I hope you guys had a good time.
We had a great time.
Hope we covered a lot of stuff. And watch for us and more episodes of Topic Time. This is Harrison Young saying keep watching and enjoy. Take care.